Hello and welcome to the 15th and final instalment of Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show on your home of sport in the community, 91.3 Sport FM. I'm your host, Dave Minear, and tonight we have a massive show for all our listeners, going through all the results of our fantastic Paul Lucas medal count, which for anyone that doesn't know is our equivalent of the Brownlow. So it's a big night for the boys, the Allan Border medalists for us. Also, we're going through what happened in the weekend's games with South Perth, with a lot of our teams still really pushing it hard in the final series. But first of all, let me introduce my fantastic co-host, life member, Premiership player, Director of Cricket, Club legend and former JP Robbins medalist, Ian John Purcell. Ian.
Evening, David. How are you today?
Yes, very well, mate. It's been a couple of weeks hiatus for us.
Hasn't it?
A bit weird. So we had a public holiday chucked in there last week, so neither of us could be there. And then the week before, obviously, you were away, and Dave got stage fright and didn't want to do it all by himself or something to that equivalent. So,
mate, that's the first time you've ever got stage fright, isn't it?
I doubt it was stage fright, I reckon. But mate, it's been an interesting weekend and a great way to finish off the year with the boys, and none better than, I think the first thing we can talk about is the medal count on Saturday night.
Mate, great night, wasn't it, down there at Kingsway? Yeah, look, there was quite a few, few good people turned up and a couple of old faces there, which is always good to see. But, what a count. First time ever. We've had 4 finish up on the same votes at the end of the night, mate, wasn't it?
Amazing. And it seems that it happens a lot more these days. I remember for probably the first, since the account came in, with the inaugural winner being Ian Poulter back in 1992, I think it would have been. I think it was 1992, I think was the inaugural Paul Lucas medal.
I think so, yeah.
And Pultz, when he won that, obviously by himself, but there's before Thorpe and Dean Grammatikos won it together as dual winners. I think that would have been somewhere around about the 2001 mark. There wasn't anyone that had done it before, and then all of a sudden this year we've got 4 winners. We've got the great Johnny Walter going back to back.
Yeah, how good was that?
Oh, mate, I'm just happy for him because he's a lovely guy and he's really worked hard. And then Jason Parry, 3. What do you say?
Yeah, look, it's quality from a quality player over such a long and esteemed career, isn't it? Yeah, really good to see Paz, and he certainly very, very good performance to get him up there on Saturday too, wasn't it? So, yeah, look, Jason, what a fella. Great job.
And then another guy who we obviously haven't talked about a great deal yet, and our guest coming up a bit later. But first of all, the A-grade captain, Chris Quelch, had a lot of pressure on him this year, and to go out there and make sure he was taking the wickets for us and leading from the front, and had a great year and got his first.
Yeah, I was having a bit of a yarn with him after that, and like he was sort of saying, he goes, it's a bit strange. He's taken 30-odd wickets this year and got there, but last year he took 40-odd wickets and couldn't quite get there up above the blonde bombshell Johnny Walters, who's winning his first one. So,
how many votes did he get last year? Because I don't think he got anywhere near what he got this year, and he had a really good season.
But I think there was a few more players around him that were going well at the same time, so stealing votes off him. A bit like what probably happened down at Geelong in those successful years, Vern.
Yeah, well, mate, there was a few blokes taking a few votes off a few different players at that stage. But, mate, having a look at it, Aidan Fawcett, though, a guy who's been trying really hard. I don't think you've just got to look at the big picture here. The guy's gone and got himself pretty fit. He's looked after himself this year.
Yep.
He's gone out there. His bowling's gone to another level this year, I think. And he's looked amazing and getting his first as well, which is just rewards.
Yeah, it was great. Really good to see, wasn't it, from a guy that probably hasn't been as much in the favour with the coaches over the past few years, but he's just sort of toiled away and kept at it. And, 38 wickets this year. And, look, that's a great effort from him, isn't it? Really, really good to see. We know he's a bit of a throwback generation, a bloke we love, and we'll have a bit of a chat with him later on tonight.
Definitely, mate. Look forward to it. And as I said, guys, tonight with our North Side residential interview for tonight, we have got the great man Aidan Fawcett coming on to talk us through the feelings he went through. I'm sure the gluttony of feelings he went through on Saturday night with winning the very prestigious Paul Lucas medal. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But guys, while you're all listening, if you've just tuned in, it's the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show on your home of sport in the community, 91.3 Sport FM. I'm Dave Minear, and Ian, I think it's time, my fantastic co-host, that we went through and had a little look at the weekend's fixtures. Playing South Perth, A-grade not playing for anything except pride on the weekend, which is a big thing at our club this year, and they really needed to restore a bit for themselves, and they did definitely do that.
Yeah, look, it was the last game as well, as rumours have it, for another outstanding stalwart of the club in Gary Atkinson. Look, didn't he sort of finish off in outstanding style? We actually played down there at Richardson, mate, and we had a bowl first, and they ended up after their allotted 50 at 9 for 203. Chris Quelch, the current Paul Lucas medalist.
Correct.
Was it quartet?
Well, it is a quartet, correct. Yeah,
so
quartet.
One of the quartet in there.
Yep.
The famous four, as we call them.
Exactly.
That's right. And by the way, Vern, very well spoken from yourself as well on Saturday night, mate. I think you did a great job bringing that home.
Oh, thanks, mate. No, it was good. And as I said, it's always exciting when you're listening to the boys and getting to see such a fantastic night and some guys who are real deserved winners.
Yes, anyway, we digress. Chris Quelch there bowled his 8 overs, none for 33, but the man of the moment there, and Gary Atkinson in his last game ever, and what's his Robbie's old man Gary Richards put some outstanding photos on our website there. Should jump on and have a bit of a look.
Just quickly, Gaz, what an effort by him, mate. He goes over for the Clipsal 500, rides the old Triumph over there. He's been on the bike all day, gets down to cricket, taking pictures again, living the dream.
Isn't he?
What a champion Gazza is.
What a great fella, great club man there, isn't he?
Good man.
Especially after we threatened to burn his Joondalup plates a couple of years ago, Dave.
That was funny.
Certainly swung him round, haven't we? So, anyway, we digress once again. Look, Gary Atkinson there, we bowled his 10 overs, 5 for 49, an absolutely outstanding effort there from him, and really good way to finish his career. Lee Miller, 4 overs, number 23, the blonde bombshell, another one of the quartet. Here, he bowled his 8 overs, 2 for 20. It's a very, very good performance in his second A-grade game. Jakey Fawcett, 10 overs, 1 for 29, and Kyle Miller there bowled his 10 overs, 1 for 47. So 9 for 203, pretty good effort from the boys there. Then we went out and had a bit of a bat, Vernon, and we certainly made short work of this. Really good to see. Probably a little bit of a pity that this sort of performance didn't happen a couple of times after Christmas. We might have been telling a bit of a different story, but now 38 overs it took us to get that 3 for 204. But story of the innings for us was Robbie Richards with a very, very good welcome back to form there with his first 100 for the year, Vern, correct? And it is 112 not out there, so it's a great effort from him. And Bucky Rogers, welcome back to the runs there with his 38. Christian Smith with his 19, and Jakey Fawcett with 5, but Bailey Nylander as well, Vern, who made his debut. It's a great effort there for him to get 24 not out.
And a great kid too, just quietly. He's an absolute champion of a young bloke, and it was really good to see him there. And I mean, playing with those sort of guys. I mean, in your first game, getting the cap presented by Gazza in Gary's final game, which I think's amazing. Like talk about generation gaps there. There's a few years between Gaz and Bales, but I think that's a magnificent end to it. And Gaz will be back. I'm sure he's going to be playing. He wants to play with Grazer next year and do a little bit of that. But I dare say it'll probably be somewhere around about that third grade sort of mould. But
good to see,
which would be great for the club, just quietly. Right. Hopefully we can get Chelsea back in a similar capacity. But I really think that it's exciting seeing a young guy come up playing A grade. There's a lot of guys there. There's Hilton Cartwright in that side who has played state cricket, and you've got some other decent players there. A former Wanneroo player there, and Jacob Mulder as well, off spinner. Yep. But mate, amazing effort by him, and the boys all were really impressed with his attitude, and that's the reason he got his opportunity. Speaking to Wayne as well, he
has had a very good season after Christmas, especially, hasn't he? And he's gone out there and in the seconds, and he's dominated a few innings and sort of played it really well, like he should. Really good to see, and I think Wayne has done a great thing by giving him and also Matt Spore's previous game, giving them a go in A grade. I think it's just good for the young blokes. Gives them a bit of an incentive next year to come down and train pretty hard, because they are good young players, and hopefully we can build on that for the future.
Oh, definitely, mate. And that was one I hadn't mentioned, Matty Spores, who's right up there as well with Bales. And as I said, there's some great kids coming through, and it's looking pretty good for the second grade coming up as well, mate, because, pardon me, the A grade have got some fantastic players in there who are probably performing a lot better than what they were a couple of weeks ago. The performances have been gradually getting better for probably the last 4 or 5 weeks. So what are your thoughts, mate? What are your thoughts for next season for the A grade? What do you think we have to do to get back up to where we were last year?
Oh, look, I don't take this the wrong way too, as well, but I don't think we'll be up to the dizzy heights next year as what we were last year. Yep. I think we're going to probably, a couple of our senior players are going to go. I think we're going to have to transition and get a couple of these younger guys in. But probably the best part about that is they're going to bring their youthful exuberance, and they're going to help get the other guys up again. Yep. Guys like sort of Christian Smith's going to have to go up another level again. Robbie Richards, I believe, to do the same. Jakey Fawcett again just needs to continue on what he's doing. But also in the bowling, I think Quelchy, really good to see guys like Aaron Summers. Would be good to see if he could come up. Maybe Joshy Quelch continue to keep going on, and Johnny Walters again, sort of chipping away at it. And Jared McPhee's probably got to stand up and hopefully play the whole season and be fit as a bowler. Plus, I'd really like to see Jackie Catt back fit and firing as well.
Yeah, my personal thoughts, and I know you probably think the same thing. I don't think it's a real issue with our bowling. I think we've got an absolute plethora of bowlers. I don't think that's an issue. I think, what are your thoughts, mate? Batting wise, if you take out Joel Charles out of that side. Now, Buxton, we don't know with Buxton because obviously he's going to the UK and playing and everything like that, so we're not sure what's going to happen with Buxton.
Yep.
What do you reckon? Do we need to transition a couple of these guys and go, well, hang on, Matty Spores, you're playing A grade all year, mate. Yeah. You've got to grow now, mate. You're 15, 16, whatever. Here's your opportunity, mate. Don't stress about the rest of it. But you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to train hard, play hard, and we want you to start moulding yourself into an A grade cricketer or a Bailey Nylander, something like that.
Yeah, look, you'd ideally like to see those two there. Some very good names, Vern. You mentioned them that go quite well. Jesse Budge is another one, I believe. But also, we probably shouldn't forget about Brendan Murray. Probably didn't have the best day in the field on Saturday, but we know he's a quality player, and he's shown that in the junior state levels.
Exactly.
He can play. I think these are the guys when you really need to be looking at. I remember the times back in when Aaron Hamilton was coaching. He sort of threw a lot of these young kids in, and look, we sort of we've reaped the fruits of our labour there, haven't we? So
definitely.
But probably the other good thing is we just really need to make sure. I think like what you're saying, pick one or two of them. Say, look, you might get 6 games, you might get 6 games, and just give them a go and see how they'll come out there. Obviously, if they are really out of their depth after 4 or 5, send them back and get their confidence back up. But yeah, I think that's right, and I'm sure that Wayne Pearson will do something along the lines of that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, mate, it's going to be an interesting year, and as I said, massive transition year. I don't think we've really had a massive transition like this, in all sincerity, since we lost Thorpe, King, Dave Huss. And I know I'm comparing these guys with some great, superstars, but we probably haven't lost any of those senior players, and I think you take it for granted a lot of the time. You always know every season Gaz is going to back up next year. I mean, he's he's always going to be there. Charles, it doesn't matter. He could be 45. He'll still get out of, get out of his rocking chair and come in and play cricket.
Come straight from the nightclub as usual.
Exactly, yeah. But, that's, you take it for granted. And I think in the past few years, even Dylan Minear not being there in the second grade, and I think we have lost a lot of, depth in that sense very quickly, and you can't just make that back up very quickly.
Yeah, you're dead set right, and you and I have had plenty of conversations about this, and we've talked to the other hierarchies at the club about that as well, and it would have been really good. I think if we have could sneak 2 or 3 quite senior players in amongst those kids. Obviously, that helps them, helps their learning process go. They're probably okay in the seconds between Nathan Henry and Jason Parry. That's quite good for him. An ideal for another one. Like I say, we also talk about it. We're really good to see a Dylan Minear or whatever come down and captain. Cam Mack's done a great job with the thirds too. We can't sort of forget that. But yeah, I think down from that end, a little bit more experience helping to push these guys through. But yeah, I think that the kids' names that we're talking about now, we really need to have quite a bit of a look at them for next year.
Excellent. And a few of them are going to be on show this weekend as well, Ian. So if, without further ado, can you take me through the second grade scores from the weekend, mate, against South Perth?
Oh, look out. They're our team now, Bert. We're on the bandwagon of these guys, aren't we?
Our favourite team.
We are. We probably didn't mind sinking the slipper into Noddy's mob around.
I love the second grade. The greatest side ever.
Thanks, JT the Brick. Yeah. And, but look, they had an outstanding effort on the weekend, the second grade down there at Kingsway. We actually had a bat. We were in a fair bit of trouble there when we were sort of 5 for 120 there, and look, in the 6 for 120, we're thinking, oh no, we're going to be in all sorts. 7 for 125. I thought, oh, here we go. But then in steps Nathan Henry and Jason Parry, 2 of the old stalks we were just talking about, and they managed to eke out 8 for 206, which is not that bad of a score really. You know, probably it's a 250 pitch there at Wanneroo, but look, with their bowling lineup as we talked about, it's not such a bad score. Brunner there with his 34, Jesse Budge with a 5, Chris Moses there with his 13, Alfie Peters there with his 34, very good effort. Jared McPhee 23 with his duck. Brendan Murray with his 21. The younger of the Atkinsons there with another duck. I shouldn't say another duck, it's a duck there.
Yep.
Nathan Henry with his 29 not out. Donovan Fry there with his 3. And Jace Parry with his 44. So, look, they'll say 206 off their 50 overs, pretty good effort. But then we managed to skittle them for 170 in the 45th over. So, look, a great effort from the boys. And, they had them in trouble early at 6 for 99. And, and then all of a sudden a bit of a partnership was put on there with
Bevilacqua
and Coral, or Jay Coral there with the 15. I actually batted very well.
He did, actually.
And a Coral above him there, actually, so they did quite okay. But, look, at the end of the day, we had a good win. It's a pretty good win for them boys, and going into the finals. And, the pick of the bowlers there, Donovan Fryer, he there with his 2 for his 33 off his 10, but Jace Parry. What a day. After his 44, 8 overs, 4 for 31, isn't he? Running around. Yeah. Not a very youthful-looking 34-year-old on his head, but he's still a fit young fella.
Oh, it's Don Johnson, mate. Don Johnson Jr.
In case you're out there, Don Johnson Senior, he is a bit of a chip off the old block, isn't he? So, and then Josh Quelch, who bowled very well there, 7 overs, 1 for 22. Jared McPhee, 3 overs there, none for 15. Graham Atkinson as well, he bowled his 10 overs off his 1 for 31, and Chris Moses, 7 overs, 1 for 33. So, look, Jason Parry, great effort. Another good win from the seconds to lead them into this week's finals, where they're playing Perth down at Felcher Park.
Oh, mate, what a game that'll be. And weren't they the side a couple of weeks ago saying I wouldn't want to get this Wanneroo second grade side in the finals because they are playing so well towards the end of this year. And guys, just for the listeners, if you don't know out there, but 2 weeks before Christmas, the second grade was second bottom. So to get into the finals is an amazing feat, but to get in there so easily and end up finishing 5th and quite comfortably is quite amazing because where they were, they finished 12 points clear of the next side out of the 6. It's an amazing effort to get where they were, and they went too far, 3 points off of chipping Subi Floreat off of 4th. But it's going to be tough. And, I mean, you have a look at that. Perth, have a look at their record this year. 15 games, 13 wins, 2 losses. Now, one of those losses is against us.
Correct, yep.
102 points, Willerton. Obviously the pick of the teams there. But the old dark side there chipping in again and with their fantastic year, which really pains me to say. But, it's going to be really tough, I reckon, for our boys. But they're in great form, and I'd rather be there right now than be top of the ladder losing your last 2 or something like that, because we've said that with our 4th grade a couple of years ago. We all went through, and then all of a sudden we went out in straight sets, and I really think the guys are at a great, a really, really, really good mental space now. And just like Joss Butler's in a great mental space as well, out for 65. Isn't it terrible seeing England struggle?
No, not at all.
No.
But look, I think like we said, Vern, I think a big thing for them is momentum leading into the finals as well. And also, they will have, a couple of the boys will come back in Bailey and Johnny Walters as well. They'll be able to fit in and play the second. So, look, tough week on the track for the boys. They'd want to be getting down there and impressing Wayne as they are all playing for spots this week.
Definitely. Guys, if you just tuned in to listen to us, you listen to the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show, Roos News, on your home of sport in the community, 91.3 Sport FM. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to go to a quick break from our all-important station sponsors, and when we get back, we'll have the rest of the results from the 3s and the 4s. Back in just a few moments.
The Wanneroo District Cricket Club would like to thank its 2014-15 sponsor group, including Ertec Holdings, Getting It Right and On Time. Northside Residential, offices in Joondalup and Greenwood, contact Andrew Amos today. Sunwise Outdoor Living, for all your patio, gazebo and alfresco needs, contact Rob Fairchild. MTM Physiotherapy, specialising in sports injuries, located in Duncraig. And Stella Premium Services, gardens, parks and lawns, contact Cliff Astall today. Station sponsor.
Perth Metro Property Group is the latest, most exciting new real estate agent. Expanding on their Kalgoorlie franchise, Perth Metro Property Group is your ideal place to go, whether buying, selling, renting or investing. Kieran Bryars and Mick Martell are committed to finding you the best property within an ideal community. Perth Metro Property Group have enthusiastic and professional staff who live and breathe property. Find out more today. They are located centrally in the metro area at 211 Main Street, Osborne Park, or visit perthmetroproperty.com.au. Station sponsor.
Hey fellas, want the green light for you and your mates to go to your favourite sporting events with the full blessing from the missus? Why not surprise her and book for a special occasion down at the Pink Duck? Located by the stunning waters of the Rockingham Beach foreshore, it is the best place for any function, large or small. Station sponsor the Pink Duck, with Great steaks, seafoods, cocktails and live music. She'll love you for it. Facebook us or call 9529 3053.
Geez, I don't know where the Dragon's Lair came back in there, but don't want to hear that again. And no offence to our dear listeners there from the great Willetton District Cricket Club, but the wrong WDCC. Anyway, back here again, guys, on Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show. Now, Ian, my fantastic co-host, I would love to talk to you here, mate, about what's going on in the 3s and 4s now, and hopefully England have just lost another wicket, which will make me even happier.
Wouldn't it?
Take us through the 3s for the weekend, mate, against South Perth.
Mate, the thirds down there at Kingsway was a really good game, and it sort of got all the crowd back over there once the seconds finished over the thirds to watch the very, very exciting finish there. South Perth actually managed to bat first, and they ended up at 8 for 216 off their 45 overs, which is a pretty good effort there, pretty fair effort from the boys. So yeah, they probably were fairly happy with that at that stage in time. Aaron Summers there bowled his 8 overs, none for 30. Adam Smudger-Smith, one of the very, very good up and coming young fast bowlers at down there at Kingsway. He bowled his 10 overs, 4 for 27. Braden Myers, 9 overs, 1 for 51. Josh, the really good Smith there, bowled his 8 overs, 2 for 32. Scotty Pearson, 7 overs, none for 38. And young Nicky Nylander there, bowled his 4 overs, 1 for 26. So, yeah, look, a great effort from basically pretty good from South Perth there to get 216. But, to manage to peel that off second last ball of the game, Vern, and it was absolutely outstanding effort from the boys. They chased it down and played really well towards the end with Scotty Pearson managing to come out there and,
What a shot just quietly with Scotty. Can I just talk everyone through that, our listeners who didn't see it? He had a deep long on, long off. He's got the first ball, gone to play a little late cut, which was a little bit inept, and he didn't really get anywhere near it. But the next one, he's just gone, bugger this, I'm too good for this sort of stuff. He's gone, the spinner's chucked one up. He was the one that wasn't quite throwing, the other one. But the other one, and he chucked it up, and he's managed to hit it straight, dead eye,
hadn't he?
Down the middle, 1 bounce 4, win the game. What an effort.
Oh, it was great, wasn't it? Look, like I say, great to see from such a great kid. So he's managed to smack that down the middle. But look, I'll just run you through. So Hayden Selecki there, he got 25. Alex Burton there with his 36. Nick Nylander with 2. Greg Maher there with his 27. Is that Reese or Ryan May there? Vern?
Ryan
May with his 24. Cam Mack with his 14. The good Smith. Now, how well has he done here? We can't talk too many good things about this guy. He is definitely
where do we start it?
One of the best kids at our club, and I'm really looking forward to his career continuing on next year. I hope he has a good final series and continues his career upwards and onwards at Wanneroo. But
I always found that he was earlier. Sorry, Ian, for cutting you off there, but I always found a little bit earlier on he's probably watching the clock a little bit too much and not thinking enough about what's going on. This year he has just really gone out there and really performed.
Yeah, look, I think that's a very, very good shout again from you, Vern. And no, look, he has, and he's definitely got his mind on the job. Yep. All things seem to be lining up quite well for the young fellow at this time of the year, which is so good to see. He ended up there with his 43 not out. Braden Myers, unfortunately, trying to wog one there and missed it and get his stumped. Aaron Summers with his 5. Adam Smudger-Smith with his 13. But yeah, Scotty Pearson. How well did he do?
What a superstar. And you know what, mate? He does this quite consistently too, just quietly. And by the way, Scotty, I didn't get a chance to send you a text. I saw your old man today, but I just wanted to say, mate, thank you very much for dropping a couple of extremely intoxicated young men back home on Saturday night, mate, because it was really appreciated with the coach. And just as that happens, Chris Jordan's out. Bad luck, Chris.
Oh, that's going to be good.
England
get knocked out.
Yep, they're about to go.
Yeah, but look, like I say, a great effort from our thirds there, Vernon. A really good result there. They finished up second on the ladder there, so it's a great effort. So they are actually they're playing South Perth
at home
on number 1.
Beautiful.
So the thirds are at Kingsway number 1 Saturday Sunday this week. So.
Now, how would they? Honestly, I don't know how happy they'd be with that in a lot of ways. I know it's great. You got the change rooms. You're on number 1.
You're right.
But let's be really honest. The way number 2's been playing is very different to the way number 1's been playing lately.
Yeah.
And number 2, we all know, is probably what I certainly think it is. It's the better deck. But the thing is, it's going to be interesting. They're going to have to adjust their games as well because they haven't played there all year.
It's probably a bit of a different deck. It's usually a little bit more benign, a bit flatter on number one than number two. Number two sort of holds together all day, still got a little bit of bounce and a little bit of movement sometimes on the second day. But yeah, it's just the way they have to play in finals cricket. It's 100 overs each still, so like I say, it's a bit of a different game. Hopefully they can knuckle down. But look, like I say, with efforts like that, chasing that sort of score down, I think they should bodes well from this weekend.
Bodes well. No, because the reason I was saying that, mate, the Marangaroo or the City End, the City End there, it gets a little bit more bounce typically than the Wanneroo City End. It basically doesn't quite get that same sort of bounce. I've just chucked them in this year. I really like them. I'm trying to get that. That was off the cuff. But, no, mate, it'll be exciting, and I'm sure all the boys will be really excited. And just quietly, mate, that's a very strong side as well, mate. There's a lot of blokes, and the funny thing is, between the 2s, 3s, and the 4s, there's a lot of guys who have qualified at all three.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
That can play, maybe not all three, but at least 2 of those grades.
Yeah, look, like I say, just for instance, Aaron Summers and Adam Smith, they're probably guys that are realistically a bit below their where they should be playing, aren't they? Pretty unlucky, but it's just due to very, very, very strong. Very, very strong performances from some of the guys above them. Yeah, but look, great effort there, Vern, from them boys. And, just quickly tricking over there to the 4s that, unfortunately, entered the finals, not with the best result there. And, as long as you're feeling a bit better about yourself out there, Vern. And, but unfortunately they had a bit of a loss down there at South Perth. They bowled to South Perth first. They ended up at 7 for 204. Braden Quinn there with his 6 overs, none for 29. Johanna Stahl there with his 2 for 36 off his 8. Kurt Monaghan, 8 overs, none for 30. Aidan the Enforcer Fawcett, one of the quartet, and we'll be talking to him very, very soon. His 9 overs there, 3 for 46. Captain Jimmy DeCarlo there, 9 overs, none for 35, and one of the favourites of the show. And quick little mention is just to Corey Rockacholi there. Just had, unfortunately, his grandfather passed away, and we had his funeral on Friday. But for the young fella to be up and about again on the Saturday was a really, really good effort from him there.
Terrible news.
Yeah, it was. It was very sad, very, very sad news. But and Corey Rockacholi there with his 5 overs, none for 27. Unfortunately, the boys in the bat, they struggled. They get skittled there for 164. Yeah, look, at one stage there, they were sort of just really struggling. We were a little bit concerned. I thought they might get done outright in a one-dayer, but they probably didn't. Old Lloyd Quinlan there with his, he picked up 4. Matty Forster, unfortunately, with a duck. Connell Lynch there with his 5. Lockie McLean with his 1. I think Rocky was making his senior debut there too.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Jordan King, 22 there, sort of stemmed the flow for a bit. Jimmy DiCarlo with his 5. Aidan the Enforcer Fawcett there with his 10. Quinny there with his 2. Corey Rockacholi, though, with his 64, his highest score in senior cricket, so it's an outstanding effort for him.
Well done, Corey.
And Kurt Monaghan there with his 31, put some respectability back in there with the Iona Store there with his 8.
Great.
So, yeah, look, a couple of young blokes there going all right, but look, the 4s, they ended up at 3rd, and they're down there on Kingsway number 2 v Perths in a very good game. So, yeah, a bit of a tough game there for the boys. The Perth Cricket Club have got a fairly good 4th grade team there, Vern, as well.
They definitely do. I was just having a look here at the team playing against us there in 4th grade there. David Pez Garrett Reid, he's still going around and... didn't trouble the scorers, so there's nothing new there. And then Brett Coultis also there with his 27. So, yeah, great performance by the boys. And as I said, it's for the season, not on the weekend, but a great performance to be where they were. They did have hit a few speed bumps towards the end of the year, but anything can happen in finals.
Yeah, definitely, that's true, isn't it? And I think hopefully, the boys have learnt from, as you were previously talking about, the past couple of years where they have played really well in the season, struggled in the finals. Hopefully they'll remember to take it on board, treat it as another game, get out there and get the job done.
Well, you have a look at a few of those guys there. You've got your Jimmy DeCarlos, your Aidan Fawcett, Dicko, he's going away, obviously, at the end of the year. He's going to England for a couple of years on a working holiday, which he was he's a little bit nervous about, the big fella, and he's actually...
Told the boss.
Oh, mate.
Now, this is quite good. Yeah. Jimmy DiCarlo reckons he told the boss, no, I rang him and spoke to him. I spoke to his boss, who I know quite well, and he says, no, he just sent me a text, so... Who do you believe?
Oh, exactly. Well, I probably wouldn't run with Jimmy. But the reality is, he's going away. He wants to get one back now. We lost one a couple of years ago, obviously a GF against Joondalup at Joondalup, which no one wants to remember.
No. It's not bringing up ever again.
Yeah, exactly. So, as I said, it'll be a great opportunity for those boys to get a bit of vindication and get back and get a win there, because our 4th grade's been very strong for probably about 12 or 13 years in 4th grade. And we probably haven't got the due results, any flags or anything like that. So hopefully the boys can get through. But yeah, a very, very tough Perth side they'll be coming up against, and a side that, on their day can be beaten quite easily, but they've got some great players in there. Ross Scully, obviously opened the bowling for Perth A grade and took 60 wickets in a season.
Joey
Stefano.
Yep.
Yeah. So they've got some good players.
But I believe we beat them last time we played them, yeah.
Correct. Very correct. And as I said, I think it was quite easy in the end, actually. They murdered them. But as I said, Matty Fawcett, he'll be needing to make some big runs if the boys are going to get through there too, because he's obviously the big linchpin for our team down there. So good luck to the boys. And as I said, we're really happy on here this year. If someone had said to us at the start of the season when we started doing the show again for our fifth instalment for fifth year and of doing this show, and that we would have got three sides in the finals this year, I think we all would have jumped through hoops to do that. So we're pretty happy with the three sides in there in the seniors this season. So only one missing out being the ones. But well done to the boys.
And third in the club championship as well, the rumour has it, Vernon.
Oh, mate, well, that's unbelievable. I mean, the dark side ended up getting it on a technicality, I heard. The club championship this year over Perth, which was for Perth people would be fairly disappointing, I would have thought. Apparently it was 0.4 of a point or something on a technicality of a run rate. Yeah. So not good for the poor old Perth boys. But as I said, it's been a good year, and I think the thing is, I think that just says exactly what you were going on about, Ian. If the ones probably had got across the line a couple more wins there, we could have had a club championship as well. But they had to have a year like this, and I think it was a bit of a mixed year, I think, in a lot of respects.
The year we had to have.
Exactly, I like that. Yeah. I don't like Paul Keating-risms or whatever, because I can't stand him. But I do, I think it was something that had to happen. And next year will be tough as well, I think, for the ones, because, as I said, you can't drop all that experience. You can't drop 280-odd A-grade games out of a side and then expect it'll be all good. So, but it's excellent news. And like you said earlier, Purse, some great kids coming through, so we're pretty excited. All right, guys, what we're going to do on Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show, we're going to go to a quick break and a talk from our all-important station sponsors. And then when we get back, we're going to have the fantastic 2014-15 joint Paul Lucas medalist Aidan Fawcett on the line. Back in just a few moments.
The Wanneroo District Cricket Club would like to thank its 2014-15 sponsor group, including Northside Residential, offices in Joondalup and Greenwood. Contact Andrew Amos today. Jets Wanneroo, 24-hour fitness, work out on your terms. Harden Eastern Conti, accounting, taxation, finance and business planning. Contact Murray McGee. Subway Madeley, located in the Kingsway Shopping Complex, and Resource Instrumentation and Electrical, WA-owned electrical contracting company specialising in the HVAC industry. Contact Darren Thorne, station sponsor.
Change the way you buy your next cricket bat. Just like the professionals, go directly to Bradbury, the internationally awarded bat maker right here in Perth. Browse through the shop or have a custom crafted blade created to suit your needs. Suitable for all cricketers, all ages, levels and budgets. The Bradbury standard of creative, innovative design and dedicated workmanship is behind every bat they make. Come and see Paul and Sally now at 7A Forsyth Street, O'Connor, or you can order your kit online at bradburycricket.com. Sport FM sponsor.
You brew it. Heard of us? We've created a fun and cost-effective way for you to brew and enjoy your favourite beer. Commercial grade beer, brewed by you at one of our stores. It only takes 1 hour to brew it, then return in 2 weeks to either can, bottle or keg your great tasting beer. It's easy, fun and very cost effective. Everything's done in store. No sediment, no preservatives, no chemicals, no worries. Join the beer revolution and get into You Brew It. You Brew It, You Beauty.
You Brew It Canning Vale, Unit 3, 176 Bannister Road. Sport FM sponsor.
And welcome back to Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show on your home of sport in the community, 91.3 Sport FM. Now, we've got our fantastic guest who's on tonight, and I'm not sure if Ado's been on before, but he is the joint winner this year of the 2014-15 Paul Lucas medal, which is obviously the equivalent of our Brownlow at our club. And Ado, have we got you there, mate?
Yes, you do, Dave. How are you, mate?
Oh, mate, not as happy as you, kiddo. Hey, how good was it, mate?
Yeah, it was awesome,
Yeah. What were your thoughts, mate, going into the night? You've obviously had a really good season, and as I said, I think I touched on it a little bit earlier that you've done a lot of work on the fitness, and you dropped a few kegs. You've been looking after yourself, and as I said, the performances have really backed that in, mate, especially with the ball.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, no, I was feeling pretty, or I was nervous because I thought I might get close, and I sort of, as the night sort of started out, I was sitting pretty low to everyone else on the tally, and then it came down to the last half of the season, and I performed, put a lot of effort in at training, and it obviously came out in the game, and I polled, I think it was 9 votes in the last few games.
Oh my God!
Hey, it's Percy, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good, Purcell. How are you, mate?
Great, buddy, great. Hey, mate, last year, at the start of last season, not this one, you were a bit injured, and how much more of it as a relief is it been for you this year, being able to stay injury-free and maintain your fitness levels?
Yeah, it has. It's been really good. Obviously had a real tough hamstring injury last season. Couldn't bowl off my proper run-up, and as I put the effort in pre-season and, got a bit fitter, and worked on a run-up, and it just came out and worked. So it just feels good to be able to run in off a normal long run-up and get some height at the crease.
Mate, not just the height at the crease, mate. You've been doing a lot of height off the ground as well, mate. Obviously heading up to Geraldton for a special weekend of training, etc., with another player, Jimmy DiCarlo. How do you reckon that's sort of held you in good stead, mate? I reckon that could have helped your on-field performance as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. We went up for a bit of a fishing trip. And, caught well, and obviously...
catch and release program's obviously going okay, mate.
Catch and release.
Yeah, it was, that's it. So.
hey, mate, you have taken 38 wickets this year, which has been an outstanding effort, and as you said, towards the second half of the year, you have had a really good season. Do you think it's got maybe something to also do with a bit of a change of captain? Also, like saying, with Carney not playing, you have to stand up and be the frontline bowler. Do you think that's helped you as well?
I think it has. Obviously, being one of the only senior bowlers left in the attack for most of the year, I sort of have juniors at the other end, and sort of wanted to show a bit of initiative and step up in front of the juniors to show them what fourth grade's all about. And just obviously when James took over the captaincy, it doesn't really matter really who the captain was, because there's 4 or 5 blokes in the team that could do the exact same job. So, and it's just good to have senior players in the team that all get around the juniors and show them a bit about senior cricket.
Hey, mate, also, sorry to interrupt there, Vern, and cut in, but I'm going to do it anyway. Mate, you actually, at the start of your career in senior cricket, you actually were, the club actually explained to you that you might struggle to get a game, but you hung around and stuck at it, and look how you've gone now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's always, I suppose when you always hear that from someone, it kind of gives you a bit of a bite and to get out there and prove them wrong. So that's sort of what I've been trying to do. So it's obviously coming out right.
Mate, you have been doing that, and as I said, it's been a bit of a shift this year. You've gone back into the middle order a little bit with the bat, which I think's probably taken a little bit of pressure off too. Because I mean, in your career at the club, mate, I reckon you've batted from everywhere from 3 to 11, and I reckon you've done it about 10 times at every spot. Now, mate, it's been amazing this year. But mate, with the bowling side of things, is it something you've actually been working a lot harder with, at training to really concentrate on that to bring that back up?
Just sort of focusing on hitting that one spot has really helped, and obviously I haven't got the pace behind me to be able to afford to drop one in short, so you just have to make sure that you hit that one spot. Otherwise, you're going to go for 4 pretty much.
Oh, exactly, mate. Now, on the weekend, we've obviously got a massive game coming up, and we were talking about it earlier. I don't know if you heard, mate, but we were sort of saying about how great it is that we've got 3 teams that are in the finals. Your 2s, 3s and 4s this year are all in the finals, and we believe really good chances in all 3 grades of getting a premiership there. Mate, what do you think are the big things that we have to do this weekend in the 4s to make sure that we get over that experienced Perth side?
I think we just have to sort of get around everyone, especially with our batting. We need everyone communicating with each other, because it helps out. We've got senior guys. We've got 3 guys in the team that are in their late 20s, and we're mixed with junior kids aged from 17 to 23. So we sort of have to spread the batting lineup around the right way. So when we're out there, when we say we've got Jordan at the crease, we've got Matty or Hawley there who can keep talk to him through his innings, which can keep his level-headed and play his cricket, which is what we need to happen with each player.
Mate, just on that, it's been quite good having playing cricket again with your brother. He's come back. He didn't do 2 on the weekend, but it's good to see Matty still getting a few runs. Do you think he'll play? He'll obviously be quite a massive part in the weekend, won't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he'll be a massive part, and hopefully he can himself knuckle down and work as hard as he can, so we can see that and follow in his way in the crease. And obviously, stay out there and get some runs, because 100 overs is a lot of cricket, especially for 4th grade. So,
mate, on the weekend, you looked on the weekend. Obviously, we had a couple of old boys playing against him on the weekend. Old Pezza, mate, old Garrett Reid. How was that playing against him again, mate?
Oh yeah, it was still good. He still had his black shirt on.
Did he really?
Yeah.
It's funny when you see him down there. As I said, I mean, he's a good guy, Pez, and you know what? We're not taking the proverbial out of him, but he is one of those blokes that you can do that. But it would have been interesting going down there, and then Brady Coulter, obviously there at batting at 3 as well. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's always good to verse people that have been a part of your club that have moved on. But they always put up a bit of a fight against the old team, but. Yeah, it was good to see him, and basically, they did well, but we were too good in the end. No, definitely, mate.
Hey, mate, just coming back to the old Paul Lucas Millis, obviously I'm the only one in this conversation that hasn't won one here, as Vern quite rightly reminded me about 75,000 times on Saturday. Mate, but it must have been quite a bit of a buzz, the club captain, the club stalwart in Jason Parry, and also the blonde bombshell, one of our best players in the last couple of years in Johnny Walters, mate. Was it pretty, some chills down the spine standing up there with those other 3?
Yeah, it was. It was something I've always looked at and wanted to be a part of up in that sort of field at our club. And finally hard work has paid off, and it just goes to show you put in the effort at training and in the games and you might get somewhere.
Mate, I'll tell you, it's really good though, and it's good Ian passing on his thoughts to us, because unfortunately he doesn't know a great deal about it, but it's really good.
Hence the reason why I need to ask him the question, what it's like up there, you know.
And I really hope going forward there, Ado, we can, dispel just a little bit of knowledge to Ian about what it feels like to get such a
life membership, Vern.
Yeah, or a play A grade. But mate, we're really proud of you, mate. And as I said, I think what Purce just touched on then was a really poignant thing, in the sense that on the weekend, having a look at, we've got our A-grade captain there. We've got yourself, who's been, between the 3s and the 4s since being there. Come back after a bit of a hiatus when you went and played, a bit of carpet cricket as well. Come back, dominated and done really well, and back from the brink. Johnny Walter, who's been, he's been a little bit up and down before the last couple of years, and he's really making a name for himself now. It must have been really good, mate, because I think every grade was just about covered on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was an awesome feeling, and I was striving to do it again. So,
hey, mate. Also, it must be your other brother, the one that we seem to forget talking about, Jake. He also had a pretty good year this year, mate. So between the 3 of you, you sort of you racked up a few runs and a few wickets in the Fawcett household.
Yeah, it's been good. So it's always good to have one up on your brothers now. You always hear about Jakey and Matt, and they haven't won a Paul.
Yeah, good shout.
Oh, well done, mate. You couldn't have said that better than me, mate. I've said that to Dylan a few times. Don't you worry about that. But, mate, that's the thing, and that's what it's all about. And I think that's a great thing about that medal, is that it is for the best player. It doesn't matter what you've done. If you perform, whatever grade it is, you will get the votes. And what you did this year, mate, has been absolutely nothing short of amazing. So, mate, you should be really proud of yourself, mate, and it couldn't happen to a better bloke.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dave.
No worries, mate. Well, you have a good night, and or Ian, have you got?
No, just wanted to wish you all the best this week in the finals, mate. Hope you guys play well, and and keep going along and deep into the finals campaign.
That's it, Purse. Hopefully we get there.
You will, mate. You will. Take care, mate, and thanks for coming on tonight on Roos News, mate.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers,
thanks.
buddy. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Yeah, good to see, isn't it? What a great fellow. Like I say, Vern, we always love him. He's one of the good younger guys around the club that we seem to think will actually is what we call him a throwback anyway, but he's one of the good, genuine cricketers, plays with a lot of passion, and it's good to see him this year. Like saying, he's put in a lot of hard work and effort in more than he has in previous years, and he's reaped the rewards. So great to see, and a great fella from a great stock.
Yeah, and I reckon a lot of it goes also not only to Aiden. I think it's the coach has also been pushing him a fair bit to really wanting to see some improvement out of him because he's got the ability. No one's ever doubted that. And I mean, his bowling, he does. He's a genuine stump to stump. He's got a bit of a wobbly seam. He actually bowls stump to stump, and he doesn't get him from massive amounts of swing. It's all ball movement. So he relies on that seam, and he moves it around, and there's no reason why Aiden can't play a higher grade. And I mean, second grade, who knows, first grade, you never know. He's that young still now that he could still quite easily do it at some stage in his career.
I think he's one of those guys that once he could probably go and set quite good fields and stick to it, and like say be very steady.
Follow a plan.
Very steady, correct. Yeah, good shout there, Vern. Very very steady, toils away. Big heart, big line-hearted fella. He loves a competition, loves getting in there and getting amongst it, doesn't he? So yeah, look, I still believe he's got a little bit more potential to fulfil in himself.
Definitely, mate, definitely. All right, guys, well, you're on Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show on your home of sport in the community, 91.3 Sport FM. Now, we're just going to go to a quick break to our all-important station sponsors, and when we get back, we're going to go through all the results of the juniors from the weekend and the week before as well, and finish up for our last show of the year. Back in just a few moments.
The Wanneroo District Cricket Club would like to thank its 2014-15 sponsor group, including Urtec Holdings, Getting It Right and On Time. Northside Residential, offices in Joondalup and Greenwood, contact Andrew Amos today. Sunwise Outdoor Living, for all your patio, gazebo and alfresco needs, contact Rob Fairchild. MTM Physiotherapy, specialising in sports injuries, located in Duncraig. And Stella Premium Services, gardens, parks and lawns, contact Cliff Astall today. Station sponsor.
Perth Metro Property Group is the latest, most exciting new real estate agent. Expanding on their Kalgoorlie franchise, Perth Metro Property Group is your ideal place to go, whether buying, selling, renting or investing. Kieran Bryars and Mick Martell are committed to finding you the best property within an ideal community. Perth Metro Property Group have enthusiastic and professional staff who live and breathe property. Find out more today. They are located centrally in the metro area at 211 Main Street, Osborne Park, or visit perthmetroproperty.com.au. Station sponsor.
Hey fellas, want the green light for you and your mates to go to your favourite sporting events with the full blessing from the missus? Why not surprise her and book for a special occasion down at the Pink Dyke? Located by the stunning waters of the Rockingham Beach foreshore, it is the best place for any function, large or small. Station sponsor the Pink Duck, with great steaks, seafoods, cocktails and live music. She'll love you for it. Facebook us or call 9529 3053.
Hello and welcome back to Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show on your home of sport in the community, 91.3 Sport FM. Now, if you just missed it, we just had a fantastic interview there with joint 2014-15 Paul Lucas medalist at our club, Aidan Fawcett there. And, it was great getting some insight on him and what he's done in the last year and a half, 2 years with his cricket, because he's an amazing talent. And we're very, very happy to speak to him tonight on our final show of the year. But, well, it's not really the year because we're going to be back on in September, but for the moment anyway. But, Ian, we've got some great stuff still to go through before we finish up tonight, mate. Now, I just wanted to go through the juniors. We obviously got the 17s and 15s, and then you want to go through some results from last week, because obviously we weren't here, where we had the 14s and 13s as well. So if you could start with the 17s, mate, which has been a great story this season.
Oh, look, just two words for me to describe these kids, mate. Brendan Danaher hasn't he been the coach of the year?
Just the two words.
Just the 2 words. Look, he's been an outstanding coach. Great chat from a really, really good fella. The boys have really responded to him really well this year, and they continued on their winning way. Look, what a great season they've had. 14 games played, had 12 wins and 2 losses. Look, they ended up on top of the ladder, but look, 12 points up from the Midland Guildford, who finished second. Anyway, but on the weekend they trekked down to Richardson Park for a 1-day to finish off, and look, they managed after their allotted 30 overs to only make 115, which is probably a little bit below par from what they're used to. Vaughnie Quinlan Finland there with his 10, Matty Purcell there with his 1, Joshy Cameron 25, Braden Hudson, who hit him to all parts of the ground as per usual for his 38, Damon Parker with his 3, Lockie McQueen with his 22 not out, Corey Roccaccioli didn't manage to trouble the scorers in the morning, and Kurt Monaghan there with his 6. But, the boys certainly... all the talent certainly come to the fore in the bowling department, and they managed to skittle South Perth there for 98 runs, so an outstanding effort. Johannes Stall, as we're going to keep calling him from now on in.
Johannes Stall.
From Stella Premium Services, son. Johannes Stall. There with his 3 overs done for 8, so great effort. Dylan Banks, 5 overs, 1 for 19. Had a really good season. Lukey Higginbottom there, just toiling away, 4 overs, 1 for 14. Matty Purcell, 3 overs, done for 8. Kurt Monaghan, once again here, 6 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 19. Once again, the pick of the bowlers.
Superstar.
Had an outstanding season.
Yep, great year, and we've mentioned his name just a few times, I reckon, this year, like every week.
I think, quality. People must be thinking we're talking about West Perth's senior coach, aren't they? The way we bring up the Monaghan name all the time. But,
and he's also, just quietly, I mean, he's also gone up and played seniors this year, which is massive. It's a great thing to dip your toe in the water. The year before you're probably going to have to go up. I don't know how many years. How many years has he got left in 17?
He's got another one.
Yeah. Oh, he's still got another one. He's playing seniors as well. So
that's right.
I mean, it's awesome for the club to know we've got these kids coming through, because he's obviously a pretty good talent.
Look, I'd like to say he's taken 35 wickets, including the seniors this year as well.
Oh my God!
Which is a very good effort. I think he's taken about 26 or 7 of them more in the juniors too. Yeah, look, it's been outstanding. Corey Roccaccioli, one of our favourites there, and especially coming in after the tough week he's had. They're 6 overs, 1 for 18, and Liam Catalfamo just comes on, 1 cheeky little over, 2 for 3. So, look, an outstanding effort from the Brendan Danaher coached under-17s there. And, look, they've managed to obviously finish on top, and unfortunately couldn't get themselves a home final because the 3rds and 4s decided to hog Kingsway.
Oh, but, thanks, guys.
Yeah, good blokes. So, they're the under-17s Saturday all-dayer down there playing against Bayswater Morley at Breckler 1.
Oh, good. So they're not playing at Baysy, they're playing at Mount Lawley.
Yeah, which is a really good thing for them, I think. You wouldn't really want to finish on top, play 6 at their home ground, would you?
Oh, it's hardly fair, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it's...
There've been some inquiries entered into.
Well, I think so. And you know what I was looking at here with the other teams? Well, obviously Perth have got some home finals as well, because I would have thought that would have been a nice little... Felcher Park's probably the one that's most similar to Kingsway, I would have found. So it would have been nice to play there, because they didn't make the finals. But as I said, we don't know what's going on with the rest of their grades. So. But yeah, excellent news, mate. And the 17s, I mean, you can't tread too carefully with this Brendan Danaher guy. How good is he?
Mate, outstanding, thoroughly deserved. They got him down the whacker, actually, to do the under-15 state Cunders. We interviewed him a couple of weeks ago here on Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show. And,
well said, Ian.
Thanks, just had to get one in. But just had to get one in before the year ends.
Yep.
Season ends. But, yeah, look, he's been really good. He's been a bit of a breath of fresh air for the guys. He really communicates well with them. He's never short of an extra word or two for the lads at training around that. And, look, I've got to say, Graham Purcell has been helping out down there, has also done a pretty good job, a lot better than Graham's other brother, who was coaching but seems to have disappeared in the last half of the season due to work and child commitments. But, yeah, look, been really good. Plus, Corey Roccaccioli, his captaincy has, his first year he's actually captained at this level, so it's been really good for him, and he's, come through the fore. Look, they are red-hot favourites, I believe, but like to see, it'd be very interesting to see how they go in the finals. So, yeah, looking forward to being down there at Breckler Park on Saturday to watch them touch up Basie.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to get down there as well. As I said, those boys have been fantastic this year, and it'll be really good to see them come home with the chockies and get a win there and get into a final, because, as I said, it's we've always had strong 17s, and it's good to see us back to where we should be, I believe, right up near that top of that ladder. So well done to the boys, and and well done to all the guys that are helping as well, like all the parents and that are around that do give a hand as well, which is always appreciated, because I know it's a bit hard and it's a bit of a thankless job, but Brendan Danaher as well, it's not like he's on 150k a year to do it. So as I said, he gets a can of Coke out of it, but the reality is it's a thankless job sometimes, and when things are going bad, no one ever says a thing to you. So
good club and a great job there, Donny.
Exactly. Well done, Brendo, and well done to the 17s boys. All right, IJ, I digress no longer.
There's a surprise there, David Vernon.
Yeah.
And at Kingsway in the morning, look, the Darren Thorne coached under 15s. Look, Thorny's copped a little bit of criticism over the year from the way he's coached, but I reckon he's got the boys up and running at the correct time of the year.
I agree.
And I think, like saying, they've had such a since the fourth game they were 1-2 because they lost one result through rain. There was going, oh, what's going on? But ever since then, they've been really, really good and outstanding. They managed to end up finishing the year at fourth with 9 wins out of their 14 games and 4 losses. So great effort. But on the weekend,
Ian, can I just jump in quick? I've been hearing Benno all day telling me all about this guy, Cole Whitehurst, right? We got him over from the dark side. He had to remove part of his head. He'd had to get all sorted out, lobotomy done. Comes over here and have a look at the performances. How could they let a kid like this go? Apparently they were batting him down the order the whole time. It wouldn't give him an opportunity. He wanted to open. Have a look at this.
Yeah, look, it's a great effort. I was actually discussing this with Thorny today. Gave him a quick little shout there and have a bit of a yarn about it. He reckons, look, his first 50 was very well played, quite sedate and very well done. Just pushed him around a fair bit. But his second one, he was hitting some bombs and they were playing on the furthest away pitch and he was hitting bombs over the boundary to the long side. So look, yeah, Kyle Whitehurst, absolutely outstanding effort there with his 109 and like his maiden I was going to say first class century there, man, but his maiden.
You never know. You're predicting it early, but I like it.
Going out on a limb, but yeah, look, it's a great effort from a great young fella. They've tried him up the top of the order in the 1-dars, and he has come off, and he's come off once again. Emil Vandermeer unfortunately didn't get any there as well. Tristan Hobley, who batted
that's a first for this year, mate. He's had a great season.
Great season from a quality player.
Exactly.
So Tristan Hobley as well, another really good player there with his 67 odd out.
Well done, Tristan.
Then young Connor Thorne there with a 0, old Benny Doolan with another 0, and Lukey Cheshire with a 3. So after the allotted overs there, they managed to 4 for 189. So look, a great effort from the boys. Probably though an even better effort with the ball. They managed to skittle South Perth for 50. So look, a great effort. South Perth have had a bit of a struggle of the year. They've won one game for all year, so they've had a bit of a struggle. But always good to see, like say, quality sides will play quality cricket all the time, no matter who they're playing against.
Exactly.
Lukey Cheshire, an outstanding effort there. 6 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 12. Bailey Richards there, 6 overs, no maidens, 1 for 19. Obviously, sort of coming down a bit from his hat trick there.
Yeah.
And Connor Thorne, who's 5.2 overs, 2 maidens, 4 for 5.
The skipper. Have a look at that. The skipper comes in.
Bat and got him with a ball, didn't he?
Yep.
So, look, a great effort. Benny Doolan, one of our favourites as well here. Yep. 3 overs, 2 for 10. And young Jordan Slattery there, bowled his 2 overs, none for none. We're going to go. Well, it must be none for 1 because he got 1 maiden there. Good little splank there. But, yeah, look, a great effort from young Jordan as well there. But, look, great effort from the boys. They've managed to, like I was saying, finish 4th. They'll be playing Perth, actually, at Richardson.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
So they'll be back at Richardson Park. So that'll be an interesting. They'll be on number 2 there, will they? IJ?
Correct. Yes, they'll be on the lower one next to the Kwinana Freeway.
Yep, the former number 1 ground of many years ago. Back when Kim Hagdorn must have been playing, on players of such ilk, I would have said. But I digress again. But IJ, we've got some other great stuff to talk about, mate. The week before, obviously, we had the 14s. Now. It's been an interesting year for them as well. It's been a real learning curve year, but they finished off really strong as well, mate, just quietly.
Yeah, look, a great effort from them, actually. They probably have struggled. The coach, due to sort of some work commitments at the start of the season, unfortunately had to pull the pin about a week before, and we got Andy Billington down to coach, and he did it at short notice and has done a good job. It's been a really good learning experience for those guys. They, out of their 7 games, they won 3 and lost 4. Had a couple of close ones, had a couple of indifferent performances, but look, they turned it all around in the last game, and really good to see. They ended out of their 50 overs a 7 for 168. Great effort there. With the pick of the batters, young Riley Holly there with his 46. So him, Dion Billington there with his 28, and Caden Eaton there with a 35 with the pick of the batters. So that's a pretty good effort. And then we managed to have a bit of a bowl at Subi, and they ended up with 7 for 141 off their 50. So Forgan and Wirramathani there both picked up a couple each.
Wirramanthi's an absolute superstar. He's also got a run out there as well. So
yeah, look, he's had a bit of a day out, Vern, hasn't he?
He has. He's enjoyed his time.
And look, like say Eaton, Holly, and Richards as well also picked up another one. So yeah, look, good for the boys to finish off on a win to get their season, to finish up their season in the under-14s. Mate, I'll just quickly flick over to the 13s as well. Coached by Diesel Williams there, and helping out with one Andrew Slattery. Mate, look, they had a bit of an indifferent one as well. They had a few kids, had some good learning experiences, and basically just missed out on playing finals cricket there. They ended up third, 7 games, 4 wins and and 3 losses and just missed out on points there to Scarborough. So unfortunately didn't in, but had quite a good year. But unfortunately last game, mate, they ended up we got 8 for 86, which was a bit of a struggle. Sorry, but we got 8 for 86 and had a quite a good win. Sorry, mate. There, how am I going? Really well, thanks, David.
Really well there, Ian. I wasn't even going to get in your way there, mate. You were doing so well.
We're going to call that radio fatigue, Vern. McGowan there was a pick of the batters there with his 24, with one of the other 15,000 hobbies that seemed to be running around there with his 13, Harris with a 10. So yeah, but look, then we managed to skittle the Ooby Dooby, come on Subi, for 81 there, with the pick of the bowlers being a young fella by the name of Zach Purcell there with his 7 overs, 5 for 10.
5 for 10. Ian, is he any relation to you?
He would be, correct.
Yeah.
He's being my brother's son.
So your nephew,
David, he is
another one.
Yeah, look, he's a big unit, this kid too. Yeah. He definitely takes after his mum, because if you know his dad still hasn't got an ounce of fat on him.
Yeah.
At 48 or whatever he is. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, close to 50, whatever Bruce is, the old boy. But yeah, look, his son, look, a big strapping young fella. Don't you love it these days, mate? They had it taped and they bunged it up on the on the WDCC Facebook page and all that. Yeah, so look, great effort from him.
Brilliant.
End up there with his 5 for 10, outstanding effort. McGowan also there with 2. But yeah, look, a good finish, and he actually come and got the last one to finish the game, and these kids carried on like they won the World Cup. Vern, you should have seen it. It was quite funny, really good experience.
Carrying on like Bangladesh beating England tonight.
Like Bangladesh, go the Bangers.
Go the Bangers, mate. Bangers a mash.
Oh, love it.
How good's that to see, mate? England gone again.
Yeah,
they're great in big tournaments,
aren't they? They're starting to take over from South Africa with a big chokers tag, aren't they?
I reckon you might be right. I think South Africa's got a little bit more talent, though. But anyway, that's a story for another night.
Yeah, they got one bloke that's got more talent in OB Eagles than the whole English team, I reckon. But hey, we digress once more, David. But yeah, no. So look, a great effort from all the teams. Looked like Savern. We obviously to end up with 3 of the senior teams and 2 of the junior teams in the finals this time of year is pretty good effort, mate. And hopefully they'll all of them will play deep into their finals campaigns.
Definitely, mate. Now, another quick one, Ian, just before we go, mate, because we are running out of time here tonight, because we've got a few big interviews coming up. Andrew Gaze is obviously on the radio, followed by Gian Rooney. Everyone likes hearing a little bit from Gian. And then we've obviously got Breakfast Rewind and a little bit of GT the Brick a bit later on. So we've got to get off the road trip. We love it, mate. We love it. It's a pity it's not on straight after we finish like it used to be, so we can listen to it, because he loves Australia. So, IJ, for the year, mate, you've been the man who I've gone to all season to talk about. What are your thoughts on this season? If you just want to go for a quick run through on all the grades and just a quick summarisation, I think you'd probably call it, of the year.
Yeah, look, Vern, I think the A grade in a word was, 2 words I'll actually use, is slightly disappointing. I think they got a really good base to build around and continue on next year. I think it'd be really good to see if we blood a couple of young guys to replace the old guys. I think that's what it's all about at clubs. You got to continue on. Otherwise we're just going to be very, very stale. But look, good effort. They finished the last game. They finished well. Struggled a little bit after Christmas, but hopefully some of the individuals next year will. The pre-seasons might not be as big, and they might hopefully come back and play really well. But look, a couple of sad things. Charles and Atkinson not playing anymore. It's going to be a bit different, but. Such is life, as Ben Cousins says, for those people that are old enough to know who Ned Kelly is.
Yeah. All right. Well, mate, that's the A's. And as I said, I think it will be a bigger year, and it will be a tough year next year, because we are going to be missing a lot of experience. And then you chuck him, Bucky Rogers, we don't know what's going on there into the mix as well. Mate, the twos. Let's talk these guys up.
Let's everyone else, the bandwagon, jump on it. Let's all get on it, okay? We might be override. It might be like one of those trains.
If we get on it, it might crash.
Well, that's true. They might need an extra carriage up the front to carry you and me.
Or an engine.
But yes, look, I think they're going okay. They're definitely going all right at the moment, aren't they? And really looking forward to seeing how they go. A couple of these boys, it'll be the first time they've played senior finals, which will be really good to see. A couple of young blokes, very interesting to see. A couple of the old dogs, Parry, Henry, Walters as well are going to class in there, and good to see them sort of guys still
Sam Peters,
around.
There's another one
Alfie,
there.
Yeah,
Alfie as well.
One. Yep, so look, hopefully they'll manage to keep doing that and play quite deep in the final season. Thirds, absolutely outstanding. Cam Mack wasn't here, revelation from the year. From day one when Wayne picked him, copped a bit of criticism at the start, Wayne did, about it, A couple of boys had his back, and look, Cam Mack really come through with the goods there. I think they'll be the one we really look out for. If they don't go really deep in the finals, I'll be very, very disappointed in it personally. The fours, look, they're trucking along all right. Bit of a hiccup there in the end, but some very passionate young players in there as well, and just like the man we spoke to tonight. So,
exactly.
Yeah, look, really, really looking forward to seeing them. Overall, look, I think Wayne Pearson did another fantastic job as our coach.
Yep.
Had some trying times, had a lot of injuries too. That's the one thing we probably really didn't touch on a lot. We had a lot of
injuries. We haven't talked about that at all, have we?
Times, but it's no real excuse because every club can get them. But yeah, look, did an outstanding job this year to finish third in the club championships. I think something we would have taken at the start of the year.
Exactly, mate, and I agree with you. I think the other thing too to look at is just how fantastic those juniors are going with the 17s and 15s and the 14s. I mean, Billy did a great job to get those guys up. He was given the job at late notice. Now, Billy's got a lot of his plate anyway, and then to come down and do that was magnificent. He's a great bloke too and a really good man. So well done to Billy doing that. And obviously the 13s with Diesel and that, I mean, it goes without saying we know how good Diesel is, mate. He is the second almanac going around, I think, just quietly. But it's been a fantastic season for those guys. And with the exception of the few hiccups with the ones, I think we've had a fantastic year. And I think also at the club we've been supporting our local events. We had the quiz nights and, we had a lot of good things go on this year where we've done, pretty good by the club. So, guys, make sure you keep getting a part of it. It's your club. Always remember that. And as I said, you'll hear the Prez, Norm always say the same thing. And, all the guys, get behind it, support it, and make sure anyone who's not playing this weekend, obviously, come down and support. Even if you're just a Wanneroo supporter, come down and get amongst the boys. As I said, we're going to be all down there. The 3s and 4s will be at home, which is an easy one, but we'd really like everyone to get down.
Seconds are at Fletcher.
And seconds are at Fletcher Park. So straight down to Orong Road, guys, get to the BP, turn right, and that's all you got to do. Then down Day Street on your left. So I think it's your second left. So get down there, guys.
Correct, after Mark Armley.
It is. And as I said, get down there and support them because the guys really need the support this week, and we've got to get behind our club. Ian, mate, what a fantastic year, mate. Thank you for all your help and all your effort and work that you put into this show. And there's a lot of production hours people don't see behind the scenes, cutting and mixing and then getting into the studio. It's been a big year, mate. So thanks very much, mate.
Mate, the pleasure's been mine, Vernon. It's just been, an honour of mine to be here in the same studio as yourself.
Yeah, mate. Well, the gold microphone, I'm going to have to take that with me tonight, I think, and just to make sure it's safe. I don't want Minnow or the boys to grab it, or Jackie might take it for breakfast radio, so I've got to take that. But also thanks to Jackie Crawshaw for his help over the year. He's been an absolute champion since I started this 5 years ago, and Roos News when it first started, and I came down here and did the Rocky and Mandurah show with him and Hills on that, and they got me into it. So I really appreciate all their help. And Minnow, goes without saying, mate, thank you for all you do for grassroots sports, not just cricket. But thank you also for the help you've given the Wanneroo District Cricket Club by giving us an opportunity to give something back to our sponsors and our club and do something on community radio. It's greatly appreciated, mate, and we really, really do love you down there at the Wanneroo District Cricket Club. But guys, that's enough of that. And as I said, thank you so much to all our listeners who have tuned in this year and listened to our show. It's only a little show, but we love it, and I hope everyone else enjoys it as well, because Purcell and I loved coming down here and doing it and having a chat and giving all the guys something to talk about. So thank you very much. Well, that's all we got for tonight, guys, and we'll be back bigger and better in September this year. But that's Roos News for this year, Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show. Now, guys, a quick thanks to our major sponsors for this year, and they've been amazing, and hopefully they'll be down there watching some finals cricket with us. But first of all, we've got Urtec, Northside Residential, Harden Eastern Conti, Stella Premium Services. Now, that's a stall, isn't it? That's Cliffy Stall down there.
Cliffy Stall.
Yep, there you go. Sunwise Outdoor Living there with Robbie Fairchild. MTM Physiotherapy. Jets Wanneroo. Subway Madley. Geez, they do a rip-roaring trade out of us, don't they? They love it, eh? We give it back, I reckon.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Resource Instrumentation and Electrical. What a fantastic company there, Darren Thorne. We've got ADL Electrical and Andrew Lucas. I mean, he is good.
And very well spoken to Andrew Lucas on Saturday night.
Yeah, we should say
handing
that.
out the medal on behalf of his father, who unfortunately was overseas at the time and couldn't get there. Very, very well spoken. Good to see you done a bit of research as well, Bill. I noticed you had a little palm card out there.
Did you notice the palm card? Oh, I forgot about it until you just said it.
No, the only reason I noticed is he rang me. Hey, Burst, what happened to me? I said, mate, do yourself a favour, get a little palm card. Yeah, great idea, great idea.
Well, you know what? The last time that he actually presented the award, just digressing, was the time Bunny and I actually won it. So I do remember he did a great job that night, and he's done an even better job this time. So well done there to Billy
80 Electrical.
Liquor Barons Greenwood, the DeSotises have been amazing this year. Thank you so much to them for supporting everyone. And guys, if you need to go and get a carton, go down there, pop down and see them. A carton of Coke, carton of beer, whatever you need.
And very cheap too.
Yeah, great. And great service. Great service. Phoenix Insurance Brokers. Total Industrial and Safety, my company, and proudly run by and owned by Sean Bennett, who's on the committee at the club. And as I said, they're there for all your industrial needs. JC Plastering as well, which is obviously Joel Carney, the 4th grade skipper for all your plastering needs. He's a great man and looks after everyone, does a great job. So thank you very much to all those sponsors, and we can't say enough to say thank you. There's not enough time in the night, but thank you very much, guys, and thank you for tuning in with us all year. And hopefully we hear you back here same time later in the year in September on Roos News, the Wanneroo District Cricket Club radio show. Good night.